Good morning. Let's see how much has it changed. Yeah, I know that pump is not sounding good. We know that, and the supplier knows that. And it's basically brand new. Let's look at the flows.
As predicted, the Vaal Dam is rising again, though not projected to go much above 105%. The Bloemhof Dam is around 97%, also projected to rise again. The Gariep Dam has dropped down to just about 100%, and due to that factor, they're also stopping generation of electricity there. That'll have an impact on our load shedding. And then Van der Kloof Dam slowly dropping down, but still above 104%. Looking at the lower orange, the water levels has dropped significantly. Neersberg hasn't updated since this morning, but that's down to 1,900 roughly. That's at Ugrabis. And then at Priska it's down to 1,300. So the water level is dropping rapidly.
Right, so the level is going to drop dramatically, drastically. Pumps have to be moved, which brings us to the question about the pump station. We'll address these questions one at a time, simply because that's the amount of time that I have available this morning. There's been a lot of suggestions and some questions about why not improving the system that we have with the pump. Make it kind of automatic or easier to move the pump. And we have systems like that. We have a lot of farms. The company that I work for has a lot of farms, and they are spread out along the Orange River, so we have a lot of different pump stations. And let me show you. I made a video about 2 years ago. Good morning, an update from a different spot. This is a much more modern pump station than the one that I normally take a video at. It was designed to be able to continue working even if you have a flood. The pumps are on rails and they can be lowered down to the water level and pulled up as necessary with a winch, without the troubles that we have on the older setup. Then they have a breakwater which protects the pumps and the sump, the area that they extract water from a fast flow. And this is a much better setup than what we have on the other side.
This pump station, or extraction point as we call it, was built with a canal to take water into the pumps, so that the pumps can be far enough away from the river and be protected by this levee that is covered with gabions. This was at a later stage after more pumps were added here. And this is what it looks like when the river is in flood. The pumps are safe and away.
You can see that the water went over this level at peak flow with the debris up here. But I think it was just clearing the top of this. So we have systems like that, and they work well, they work better than this, but there are a couple of problems. The river here makes a bow, and we are on the outside of that bow. And as the river picks up speed, it likes to take away soil here. Anything you build, the river pushes against it, the water will start swirling around it and it takes it away. If you want to do something here, you'd have to make a tunnel in to there, a tunnel canal, and with a levee or something, a breakwater or something that stops the water from eroding the soil, and this soil is not particularly good for that. On the other farm where we have done it, you have rock and it's nice and flat and the river doesn't push into it, etc., but you still need that huge protection. So yes, this is not great, we can do much better, but the cost of it, because of all that, the rest of the structure, it's not only the rails and pulling up of the pumps that you need to do. This is a lot more cost effective, even though it's a little bit of work to pull it up and take it down, but that's every time there's a flood only. And if the flood raises and lowers at a normal rate, not like it did this year, it's fairly easy. You just disconnect one length of pipe, pull it in, and then put it back in when it needs to go out. It's just the speed of the rise and the drop that caught us out. If we remove that steel structure and just make it nice and smooth, put more compactable gravel there, it will be easier like at the other pump station. And that one we have no problem. So, cost effective. Then another thing about the water levels, back to that, we shouldn't forget that we are very early still in the rain season. Very early. A lot can still happen. Let's just look at the rainfall forecast, for instance.
And just to remind us that the rainy season is not yet past, looking at a 10-day forecast in the catchment area, we see a lot of areas with 70 millimeters forecast, 60 millimeters forecast, 65, less where you have this blue color. But there's still a lot of rain coming in. Looking at YR, Paris, showing forecast, Balfour, showing more rains, and Mafeteng showing a lot of rain. So there's certainly a good chance of more rains coming.
That's not yet scary looking, because 40 millimeters, 70 millimeters can do something, but I don't think they will easily overwhelm the dams unless there's delays in the release of water. The question is whether they will open the dams in time and how much rain after that. We'll have to see, and I'll update you. See you on the next one. Cheers. Milo and the stump. He's a bit anxious about that stump. He has a bit of a history with stumps. What's it? See you on the next one. Cheers.